We know the task of getting paid for work with NDIS participants is a process. It can be complicated, not easy, there's a lot of moving parts. Wouldn't it be great to not have to spend all that time doing it yourself so that you could book more clients, spend more time growing your team, do more marketing to bring in more business through your doors, rather than spending your time on admin? And let's not even get started on getting your weekend back to actually relax. The admin is a very important part of your business because if you don't get it right, you don't get paid. Or it might take a lot more time and effort to get paid at least. So of course it needs to be done correctly. It needs you to not miss steps, not miss details, and not miss following things up. So on one hand, you know you need to focus on your highly specialised service, and if you have someone who's dedicated to the admin side day in, day out, they can make sure all the boxes are ticked and just let you know the results. It's better all round for your business. But on the other hand, if it takes you a long time to do it, so you think it might take someone else even longer, how can I justify spending the money to delegate it to someone else, to spend all that time? I know it can be hard to let go and trust that someone else can do it the way that it needs to be done. I've been through that exact experience, not as an actual practitioner, but my introduction to NDIS admin was being chucked in the deep end to take over the claims and invoice processing for a new client. This is a few years ago. It took me a period of time to figure out my most effective process of handling NDIS claims and bulk uploads for agency managed, invoicing the plan and self-managed, and keeping track of the ones that needed new service agreements or service bookings and coming back to claim them later. So I got to the point where I was doing this, got pretty streamlined, doing it for 2 clients as well as working on other businesses. I needed help to get it all done. But the idea of handing over the bulk uploads and checking errors and getting them fixed correctly and making sure that all the steps were done correctly was a bit daunting. So what I figured out was it had to be broken down into steps so I could make sure each one was done right. I'd already made a checklist for myself to keep track of all the moving parts, and so I decided to just start with step 1, to train and delegate just that one step, and that was creating the bulk upload CSV file, which effectively is just data entry. It was taking the information from the time tracking, reporting and contractors' invoices and putting it into a spreadsheet template, and that was all I had to do to start with. I could check to make sure that everything was in the right place and in the right format. And then I could upload it, check the errors and fix it from there. So gradually, once the virtual assistant that I got to help was comfortable and effective at getting that bulk upload done, every week I added the next step and then showed them how to actually upload to the portal and so on. So from there was just a whole series of steps that we just gradually added one by one and showed them how to do it so it wasn't throwing them in the deep end that might cause mistakes or information overload. And that worked really well for me and that VA that I delegated it to. So I've done it both ways. I've done it that slow and steady step-by-step way, and then I've also chucked someone else in the deep end once when we really needed to get moving quick. We had all the steps documented and we still went through them all one-on-one, but it didn't work as well. We had mistakes, which meant that we had to spend longer going back over things and fixing them, which was a bit more stressful in the end, and it really wasn't fair on them either, like having to learn it that way all at once. So it's a lot less stressful all around to do it broken down step by step, one piece at a time until they're comfortable with each step. But if the idea of that makes you want to curl up in a ball and you do want to just be able to hand it all over to somebody that already knows what they're doing or already has a streamlined process in place, then book a call with me and we can talk about how we might be able to help you out with our already trained team members who can assist in taking over, at least even if it's just part of that admin process for you. Or if you have your own staff that you want to get trained up or you want to learn a better way to do it yourself, sign up below for our free NDIS claiming cheat sheet. So it's a PDF that gives you an idea, like just the high level processes of the order of what we do step by step. You'll also be notified when we release our upcoming NDIS admin training, sharing all the ins and outs and tips and tricks of how we do the whole process. So that's all coming very soon, but sign up so that you get notified of when that's coming. I hope that's helped today. It might at least get you started. Yeah, sign up below and I will see you next time.